ABC News channel. I am Pule Mulebati. Welcome to it. Our program today is dedicated to the overlooked medical condition that's often mistaken as cancer and or life-threatening diseases. In our efforts to change perception and encourage tolerance of people and their difference, we would like to draw your attention to people with alopecia. Alopecia is the general medical term for hair loss. Although there are many types of hair loss with different symptoms and causes, our focus on this particular time is on alopecia areata. This condition causes patches of baldness on the scalp. The patches can occur anywhere on the body. It occurs to any age, but mostly affects teenagers and young adults. Let's meet Asanda Masango, a young girl who has made a choice to embrace life with this condition. Asanda Masango is older sister to her 5-year-old brother Sean. There is nothing in the world that this 10-year-old enjoys more than just goofing around with her brother, as seen here on their home video recording. Recently, Asanda has been playing and bonding with Sean indoors and avoiding the outside world. Asanda was diagnosed with alopecia areata a year ago, and since then, she prefers to be indoors with her family. Bophelong is the first public conversation she had talking about this condition. What do you know about alopecia?
All I know is that when it's like it happens to very healthy people, and it's like it can spread to other people in different countries, but a lot of people have it.
She may have grasped the basic knowledge of this condition, but that has not helped her with the courage to stand up against the discrimination she has encountered since she lost all her hair.
I can play without it outside, but it's just that the kids, they keep on bullying me about that I don't have hair and all of that, and that's why I don't play with them anymore.
What do they say when they bully you?
They always ask, this other girl there by the corner, she lives over there, she asked me, why is my hair fake? And then I just went like this, and then I didn't answer, and then I just walked inside.
Since she was born, Asanda had a head full of hair. For the past 9 years, all seemed well, and Asanda's hair grew with every hair treatment her mother took her to.
She had like very nice hair. It was all over her head, like it was full, healthy, strong one. She had that type of hair, very strong. You would never think that one day she could face a problem like this.
I felt like it was gonna go back because it kept on falling, and then in other places on my head, my hair was still there.
When I was noticing it didn't affect me because I obviously thought that it will go back. Like, you know, when I told her to go to the salon and cut, like I knew it will go back. So I was not so much worried up until then, up until it started not growing. So that's when I started to get worried.
The family had never encountered hair loss previously, so this created concern amongst Asanda's parents.
At some point I thought, you know, people talk where she went when she did her styles. Maybe the lady, you know, did something. You never know this. Our African things, these things are. So I got angry at the salon, but as time going by, I saw that I cannot blame someone for this. Obviously, this is something else. This is like something beyond that. We should look further on what's really going on, because it's becoming a real problem here.
On my side, I was thinking it's cancer, but I never told her because it was going to confuse her. So I kept it inside my heart and tried to get help.
The concerned parents began to seek medical assistance.
I started researching. I asked my friend which had that problem before, and then he referred me to a doctor in Davidson. I went there and they gave us some medication, and that medication never worked. So what I did, in December when we went to a vacation, my aunt told me that this problem is getting worse. I think you should try and see doctors who can deal with this problem, because she's still a child. You can still save her from that disease or whatever it is. So from there, when we came back, my wife saw an advertisement next to her school in Allendale. And then we read about it on internet, and then we made an appointment with the doctor, and then we went to see the doctor.
That doctor was hair specialist Dr. Kevin Alexander, who runs his practice north of Johannesburg, treating patients from all walks of life. He began to treat Asanda late last year.
Right, how have you been feeling since your treatment began, Asanta?
Dr. Alexandra continues to educate Asanda and her mother more about alopecia areata.
We might need to do one more injection in 2 weeks' time, and then I think that would be enough. And at that point, your hair should continue to grow by itself. And as you know, with this condition, there is a possibility that at some time in the future it might come back. You might develop new patches. And if that happens, then you need to come back and we'll have to start treatment all over again. But 50% of the people that we treat with this condition never have the condition again, so it goes away and you never see it again. And unfortunately, the other 50%, it'll come back, but it could even be 5 or 10 years or even 15 years from now. So you need to just hold thumbs and hope that you're one of those 50% where it never comes back.
And it can occur in any age group, any race group, and it happens in healthy individuals. And like I said, they're not, we can't even call it a disease, we call it a condition. Because in every other respect, these patients are healthy. Most people look at them and say, gee, are you on chemotherapy? Because they see a person who's got no eyebrows, no eyelashes, they've lost all their hair. And people automatically assume they've got cancer. And it's not the case. These are healthy people who have simply rejected their own hair follicles.
And after the break, Asanda receives injections that help strengthen her hair follicles. At the age of 10, this can be overwhelming for her. Let's find out how she braves it off after the break.
It's more than a gift, it's capturing summer magic. Get a Galaxy S7 Edge with Tab 3 Lite bundle for $6.99 per month on My MTN Choice Flexi 200. Plus your choice of a Gear VR or an accessory kit. The Galaxy S7 Edge, now in blue coral.
Here it is, the moment she turned the party into the party. Just look at them. They will talk about this for at least the rest of the evening. And, well, possibly once or twice tomorrow morning. So, to the master of the trick shot, you are indeed a party comrade. And we salute you with a bottle of Valentine's finest blended Scotch whiskey for just $144.99 from Tops at Spa.
There may be associated problem with the arteries of the heart in patients with hypertensive heart disease, and in some instances it's just pure the muscle disease problem. The statistics show us that half the population of individuals with high blood pressure are not even aware that they've got high blood pressure.
There's the amount of salt we eat, because there's a big influence on our blood pressure levels. So using less salt when you're cooking, less salty spices when you're cooking, not adding salt at the table, but rather using other spices and herbs to flavor your food. And then of course how much sugar you eat is also very important.
If you start becoming uncomfortable, or where you feel that your effort tolerance is becoming less, you can't lie flat, you run short of breath, you start swelling in the legs and so on, it's high time that one should consult a doctor.
Join Health Talk every Saturday for all your health news.
Welcome back to the show. Asanda has been receiving a set of injections to help strengthen her hair follicles. At this stage of her treatment, she and her doctor can only wait and hope for positive results. Dr. Alexander explains more of this treatment in this next insert. Since her diagnosis last year, alopecia areata patient Asanda Masango has been receiving cortisone injections to help strengthen her hair follicles. This process is both physical and emotionally draining for her.
Bumps that you see here, they'll disappear within about 2 hours. But if they get itchy, you know the rule, you must use the cotton wool to scratch, you mustn't use your fingers.
What the injection does, cortisone is the most powerful anti-inflammatory substance that we have, and it's not foreign to the body. Your body actually makes its own cortisone. But when we inject it into the scalp, what we are doing is we are disabling the plasma cells, which are the cells that are responsible for making the antibodies, from performing this function of making these what we call rogue antibodies. And the idea is if we can disable them for a long enough period of time, eventually a new group of plasma cells will replace the old group, and hopefully they won't have this rogue tendency. So that's really what the treatment's all about. Well, for the ladies, it ranges, your startup for the first, let's say, 6 to 12 months would be anywhere from about, I'd say, 450 Rand up to maximum of about 700 Rand a month. But then the maintenance phase, it can drop down to about 380, maybe 420 per month. For the men, they would start off anywhere between 480 up to about 900 Rand for the first 6 to 12 months. And then their maintenance would drop down to as low as even 210, but some men are spending about 500 Rand for maintenance.
Even if we don't have money, we have to make money for her to go to her appointments, because without money she won't be getting the injections that she's getting, So we are working so hard for her to get, because whatever that the doctor would say she needs, we have to pay for them, for her to get them, so she could get her hair back, And here it's something that's for free. But now for her, you have to try and buy it for her to have. So it's quite difficult.
Okay.
Today, Asanda is getting her 7th set of injections, which she hopes will be the last stretch to trigger full hair growth. She braves through the pain because of her strong belief that this treatment will produce satisfactory results.
My hair's gonna come back, and that my hair, the doctor just told me like my veins inside my head are just like weak, and then when he took the injections, they're just like rising up.
You feeling okay?
Yes.
Good, okay, it's all over for today,
After her injections, Dr. Alexandra gives her a reward for being such a champ through this process.
Santa, this is for you because you've been so brave today.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed with how you managed to cope with that injection. Well done,
Okay. I'm feeling happy.
Is it not so?
A little bit.
Yeah. How do you feel when the injections come?
It feels like water drizzling over my head.
Yeah. And then how long does the pain last?
I don't know. For me, it only lasts 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. So are you happy with what the doctor has told you about your progress?
Yes. I'm very happy.
Yeah. After the break, Asanda makes a choice to play freely outside with her family without hiding her condition.
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your paperwork?
I don't know what's going on. Suddenly I'm locked up.
This is not fair, Santa Basizan. Not fair.
Ukuputse rent ka 200. Hafi ukupula ka 200. Uri ngwana, uyi 150 plus koloi. Leon, let me in another one 150.
I'm just the one to lock you out.
Yes, you just want to lock me then out.
You are starting gangsterism.
No!
What was, the week like in terms of CITES?
I saw there was a news insert about there being genetically engineered sort of rhino horns that have been introduced now, and then that has sort of now been rejected. They're saying that it's sort of going to promote poaching as per se.
The concern that's been raised by law enforcement in that particular regard has been that how do you distinguish between the original and the fake?
Yes.
Because it's going to make it difficult to police.
The rhino horn is the same quality as the nail. If you want something from the rhino horn, just cut your nail and do whatever. What was most striking for me was how the pangolin came into the picture. That was interesting for me because a few years ago in Zimbabwe, if you found a pangolin and you handed it over, you would have an audience with the president.
Wow.
Yeah, and you would be given a certain amount of money. And once that program started, almost every week there was somebody who was getting an audience with the president.
Welcome back. Despite the progress that the treatment has had on Asanda, she and her struggles to find a way to come to terms with being different from other children in the next insert, she makes the first step to silence the bullies in her neighborhood. Let's take a look. Asanda Masango remains brave through the process of regaining her hair growth after losing her hair a year ago due to hair loss condition alopecia areata. She takes on both the medical and social challenges of this condition the best way a girl her age can. She finds the treatment she receives from her classmates difficult to endure.
This other boy keeps on asking me why I don't want to show them my hair, and I keep on telling them my hair is short. I cut my hair. Yeah, and one day this boy was busy like hitting my head, and after the injections the next day, and I told him to start hitting it, but he kept on. He just wanted to see what was under there.
Asanda wears a wig to school daily to prevent the kids from teasing her, but the teasing hasn't stopped and it has affected her personality.
I think when she's forgetting what she has, she'll be a happy child, she'll play, she'll be fine. And then that thing will turn again, and then you could see she's angry, she would shout at the little one. You would, Asanda go take something, she would scream, no, I don't want to go. Or she would do like silly things that you would wonder why she do, things that teenagers are doing, and then you would wonder, because she's not a teenager yet, what's going on. Then I'll come back and say, I remember, I think it's the hair thing, because even myself, I wouldn't be like 100% if I had a problem like that,
Sometimes I would force her to go to school without wearing the burqa, so that the boys and the girls, they can get used to her, but it was very difficult for her. Yeah, it was very difficult. And here on our side, it was difficult, but it was not easy to show her that we are feeling what's going through her.
Asanda is not the only one affected by the condition. Her mother is grappling with the reality that her daughter might doubt her beauty at such a young age.
We know women are beautiful with or without hair, but the thing is, like, if I choose to cut off my hair, it will be my decision. But if my hair is just falling off, then it's hard, because I never decided to cut it off. It's your choice as a woman if you want to cut or not, because you would see yourself either beautiful or not, with or without your hair. So if now I go cut, it's because of something that I wanted, but she never wanted to cut. She wanted to keep her hair on like any other woman or any other girl child. They're beautiful with their hair on, like they do whatever that makes them happy. They play with their hair, even if it's little, but there's something in there it makes them happy. It makes them confidence to walk like down the street with like confidence.
For Asanda's dad, hair doesn't define beauty. And even though they share different views on this issue, all he can do is support his daughter through this period.
On my side, I don't think it's a need. On my side, honestly. But it might affect her because of the people around her. The only thing we should do on our side, we should show her 100% love and make sure that we do support her on whatever she does. We must tell her, don't mind about what people say outside, mind about us. We love you regardless of how you are, how you look.
Asanda's parents may have different views on what defines beauty, but one thing they can agree on is that their daughter is a bright spark, and this condition has not killed her dreams and aspirations.
She's ambitious. Yes, you could see if she wants something, she's hunger, she would show hunger for it, she would try and get it, no matter how difficult it is, she would push. She's a child who loves reading. I don't know, before she goes to sleep, she would read, I don't know how many books. She would even she would write down whatever she was reading as if she copied from the book, and she didn't copy from the book. She's very good at reading. She even received an award last year for reading.
Even in the midst of teasing and bullying at school, Asanda is still an active child, participating in extramural activities such as acting in one of the school plays.
We were doing Lazy Leg. It's a play about Dutch people, and it's kind of a play about this guy called, what is this? I forgot his name, but it's in some place like Roland and all of that. They celebrate that day. It's about when you wake up early and you go to knock by people's doors, and then they have to give you candy or sweets if they're not awake.
Like any other 10-year-old, Asanda wants to play freely outside without a wig. Today she takes one brave step to silence the bullies who tease her about her hair. She is playing outside with her family, and she is not hiding her hair with a wig.
I feel really like I can dance around the whole house because sometimes the wig just holds me too tight, and I just want my hair to be free for once.
With a supportive family, she has the courage to tackle negative comments about her. She expresses her gratitude towards her parents.
Great parents.
How?
The best in the world. They do everything for me. I asked them for a doll and they gave me a doll.
Yeah. At this stage of Asanda's treatment, there is no guarantee that she will regain her hair as it was before the condition. But on this day, Asanda is not bothered by this uncertainty. She has turned a new page, and that comes with being free to play and create pleasant memories with her loved ones. And by the looks of things, she is at her happiest. Asanda and her family continue to make strides in changing perception about alopecia. What a brave little girl. And with that, we conclude today's show. Until next week, goodbye.